Hey guys, so I'm filming inside today. I'm not going outside. I'm not taking you on a journey and showing you things firsthand. Today, I want to talk about the 6 things that I wish I knew before I moved here. And this comes from you asking me, give us the truth. What do you feel about it now that you've lived here for a while? So without further ado, I bring to you my top 6 things that I wish I knew. Man, I'm a poet before I moved here. So number 1 is the water. Moving from the Northeast, our water was filtered through limestone and granite, and it had a certain flavor to it. It had a certain robustness to it. Coming down here, the water comes from marshes and gets filtered through, sand. I mean, we are mere feet above sea level, so everything here is sand. The water doesn't have the same taste. It's actually pretty yucky, to be honest with you. So we put in a reverse osmosis system. It was $600, something like that. This is a couple years back, so it's probably a little more money now with inflation being at whatever it is, 700%. I'm kidding. Figure anywhere $1,000. I don't even know. I really don't know. You can put a reverse osmosis system in and your water is gonna taste like bottled water. It's amazing. So strongly suggest you do that if you're moving here from another area, because the water, enough said. Number 2 thing I wish I knew before I moved here, I loved having my grass green and striped and perfect, and my wife landscaping. You've seen in other videos of ours, I'm sure, how much she landscapes. I wish somebody had told us that, hey, you're on a bed of sand. The nutritional value of the soil here is garbage. You need to fertilize. Took us a couple years to figure that one out. Here we are watering, doing some fertilization and scratching our heads going, why is this coming in patchy? Why is this not growing? Why does this look like crap? Everything here needs a lot of food. Soil content's no good, nutritional value's no good, and the grow season's long, right? So if you're moving from the Northeast or the Midwest or something like that, the grow season here is longer. Another thing I wish I knew. We came down here, yay, the South, it's cheap. It's not cheap. And one of the things that I wish I knew about was homeowners insurance. When we moved here, we literally paid 3 times more for homeowners insurance, because we didn't realize that we are in the belt that you need wind and hail insurance. That's encompassed in insurance policies, I think nationwide. Don't quote me on that, but I think nationwide. But because we're in such a high impact area for hurricanes, your insurance jumps. So our insurance was 3 times more expensive than where we came from. That was a significant impact. The flip side to that is our taxes were 8 times less. So we're actually cheaper overall, but it would have been nice to know how much insurance costs living by the coast. Now, I'm not even including flood insurance in this. Flood insurance is another category. You may or may not need it depending on where you live and what flood risk zone you're in. I carry it. I'm not in a flood risk zone, and it's $600 a year. It's irrelevant. I'm not even factoring that into the increase in insurance costs. So insurance costs was definitely more than I had anticipated. Taxes were a lot less. I'm happy. The benefit outweighs the negative. The 4th thing that I wish I knew before I moved here, and a lot of it's my fault, because we thought we were moving to the south from where we were. Now we're north of Manhattan. We thought it's going to be inexpensive, and honestly, at the end of the day, and a lot of people reach out to me and they're like, oh, can I get a waterfront property, oceanfront property, 3,000 square feet with 5 bedrooms, and I want to pay $150,000. This is not the case. You're living by the coast. You pay to play. It's expensive. It's not as expensive as New York City, LA. Don't get me wrong, even Raleigh. But it's not cheap. It's not cheap to live here. It has costs, right? You want to live this close to the water where the temperatures are nice. The ocean water in the summer is in the high 80s. The water is blue. You're gonna pay, and it's not cheap. So I put that on myself for not researching enough, but it would have been nice to know coming into it how much a house actually costs, which is to say the average in Wilmington and Hampstead and Leland is in the mid to upper 4s. That's the average cost of a house right now in 2022. Just factor in the upper 4s. Number 5, and this is true, boy oh boy, and you'll see other videos or whatever about this, is the infrastructure. The Wilmington, Hampstead, Leland area is growing so fast that the infrastructure is not able to handle. The infrastructure is not able to handle the amount of people coming in. Yes, they're building additional roads. Yes, they're building highways. But it seems like it's a little too late. Yeah? Traffic is still better than Long Island, don't get me wrong. But I definitely curse the red lights, because you hit 1, 2, 3, 4, they don't seem to work in a chain. With the infrastructure comes schooling and the growth in the school districts. Yes, schools are slated to be built. They have already been built. There's adjustments being made. But again, it seems like it's a reactionary element instead of a proactive take. And honestly, the sixth thing, I wish I knew how fast it was gonna grow down here. I wish I knew how fast it was gonna grow down here, because I would have bought in a different area. I would have bought closer to the water. When I moved here, I could have gotten something oceanfront for $400,000 or $500,000. Hindsight's 2020. That saying came about for a reason. I wish when I had moved here, I had bought more. Plain and simple. If I had to do it again today, move here again today, would I do it? Without a doubt, in a heartbeat. I love where I live. I truly love where I live. Growth is part of change. It's part of progress. Not everybody embraces it. I would like it to slow a little bit. Yeah, but you know what? I live in an area that people are flocking to because it's an amazing area. I can't blame them. I can't blame you for wanting to come here, because it's fantastic. A little bonus that I wish I knew about: the cost of food and the cost of water. A little more expensive than I had anticipated. So those are my 6, with an added bonus of food and water being a little more expensive than I had anticipated. I hope you find that to be insightful and informative and educational for you. I'm done. I'm signing out. Thanks for watching. If you have questions, go ahead, reach out, hit me up. I think I mentioned on another video, go ahead, follow me on Instagram, whatever. I appreciate you watching. Till next time, see you later.